Well, as you said, I was because like, did Dree just said he had that I had a lot of questions, right?
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, I'm sure you have a lot of questions yourself. I did offer, you to answer what questions you had, so maybe when we have time, we can just talk, you and me.
Sounds good. Then he looks up at the other people in the room, at the Krogan and at Elias, and the Hanar, and he says, "Oh, hello. You brought friends?" He says to Sink.
Acquaintances, at least for now.
They
Uh,
must be some acquaintances if they were willing to come help visit a complete stranger in the hospital.
yeah, it's a little complicated and out of character. If the doctor's still in the room, I'll look at him and I looked at the doctor and say, "You mind giving us a little bit of privacy, if you
Of
don't mind?"
course, definitely. Uh, she goes over and she turns over to Drimi and says, "If you need anything, dear, just go ahead and push on the call button, and I'll be right there." And then she leaves.
And then, I mean, I'll just kind of explain. I don't know if you want me to go in depth. I'm just gonna explain everything that happened, or if anybody else wants
Oh,
to,
you're explaining everything to him right there. Okay.
or like, I mean, like the universe stuff. I'm just gonna go out and see it all.
Okay.
And like, if you don't believe me, I know this kind of sound a little
He'll
strange, but
he'll 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 raise up his hand. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. He says, I'm sorry. I think the drugs are kicking in, but he says you're telling me that these people are from a different dimension.
basically, and while saying this, I'll look at a card, and she actually knows you, but in another universe or however that works.
Yeah, this is rather
You're
odd.
gonna have you're gonna have to roll a persuasion sync because
Okay,
I think that's really hard to swallow right now.
okay. I don't have it. That's under perception, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
Not a
Ooh.
bad roll.
nice.
Nice.
Yay!
Drimi blinks a little bit and says, "Normally I would think that this was some sort of elaborate joke, but I knew you very well, boss. Sink. You don't really joke around, especially not for stuff like this. You're not creative enough to come up with something like this," he says.
He'll laugh on the inside and be like, so
The
shit.
snark that this Asari has definitely matches the snark of Mridi's, by the way, Arkara. Although a little bit more bro-ish. The thing about I was trying to portray when I was doing Mridi on both sides is the Mridi on um, the blue side. I was trying to make her a little bit more tomboyish, whereas the one in Arkara sides, Mridi is a lot more girly.
Yeah, I
So
was wondering. I was like, man, which one was the like? How's she gonna act? Like, I was just curious.
yeah,
It's a crappy cake.
so
Uh, I'll just kind of say, so do you guys need some catching up? I'm not really sure how this universe relationship works.
are you talking about me and her? He says. He points to
Yeah,
Arkara.
yeah.
Uh, I don't know, because I'm sorry, but I guess if we were friends in another universe, I don't think we've ever met here.
Well, I wouldn't assume so, no. But I don't mind catching up, so to speak.
It would be interesting, I guess, to exchange notes, maybe for me to wrap my head around all of this stuff that's happening. So are they moving onto the ship? Is this what's happening?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
As long as none of them touch my stuff in the cargo, we're fine.
Anar starts to whistle.
What about that? We.
Arkara looks over to Anar, like, really?
This one is going to get a soda. Does anyone else want one? Okay, no? Okay, good.
I'm not out of character. I won't
Leave the
mention
room
anything
quickly.
about it. I'm
You
not
were
gonna
in the
mention
room for
anything.
10 minutes.
Could
I'm
you?
not
You're not there. You don't have a say.
I know.
Is there anything else that you guys are doing in the hospital? Anything you're gonna ask or say? Otherwise, I'm moving on to Cicepia.
How good is my soda?
Is this a soda from the hospital?
Yes.
Uh,
Anar likes
it's pretty much tastes about the same as it is in your universe. Pretty much the same.
Out of character, I'm kind of contemplating whether I should tell him that Elias is with us.
Oh, are you telling him?
You do realize it's the wrong Elias.
Oh, that's true too.
She won't know the difference.
It's still a single.
I don't know if we might have completely different musical
Music
repertoire.
taste.
Oh yeah, he might be honky
Different
tonk in this
centers.
world.
By the way, before I forget, Anar, the soda in the green world was a lot fizzier in the green universe. Whether you like that or not, I don't know. But
Hey, Sink! Your soda in this world sucks! And then you look over to other people and says,
Roger Booze.
what are you looking at?
The
But I
booze
guess-
is alright though.
He'll go back to the room all like
The
mellow and
aspect of-
nonchalant.
In the aspect of Elias being with us, I'll just tell Drimi. I think once you get back on your feet, I'll have a surprise for you when you come back to the ship. I'll leave it for you to figure out, though.
I guess it's only fair since I sort of dropped this surprise on your lap just now. Sorry, he says. I was kind of hoping to tell you about this in a different way. That was a lot more subtle.
And I'll just kind of openly, I guess, say this. Well, that's fine. I mean, when you first found me, you didn't really know much about me when you figured out what I actually am. And I'll just leave it at that.
Fair enough. All right. Cicepia, you arrive at the CSEC precinct. And when you arrive, there appears to be 2 Quarians at the front desk. And as you come in, the receptionist at the front desk points you out to them. The 2 Quarians that you see appears to be a male and a younger female Quarian.
Mhm.
You recognize these 2 Quarians as the ones that you saved from the bank. This is the older brother and the younger sister.
Mhm.
And when they see you arrive, the 2 of them approach you immediately, and the male Quarian says, it seems that our time is impeccable. You are Officer Altus, yes?
That is correct.
I don't know if you remember us, but we were the 2 Quarians that you helped save from the bank heist the other day.
I was only doing my job.
My sister and I, Nilu, we both wish to give you our personal thanks. Without you, we believe that we would not be alive today.
I'm glad that we were able to get through that without any casualties, and I'm glad to see that she's doing well as well.
Nilu, she doesn't respond, but the male Quarian says, "My apologies. She's very shy, but she definitely has told me that it was her that insisted that we go over here to thank you personally."
Much appreciated. I always do like seeing my work done really well here.
Again, thank you, officer. We will leave you be now. Come along, Nilu. And with that, the 2 leave. Yay, cameo appearance from the one-shot squad.
I knew it! Yeah, as soon as I heard your accent, I just knew it.
That's pretty cool.
All right. What is the first thing that you're going to do? You're going to go to your boss?
I gotta go straight to the boss. That's important.
Crap, we're gonna run into a lot of Quarians.
You go to your boss, and you go see Damien. Chief Damien. Officer Altus. So there you are. We were wondering where you disappeared off to after last night.
Cool question. This is the drill, right?
This is the drill.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, during the concert, I ran into someone who I thought was possibly the sniper from bank.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I was only able to get a couple information, only a couple bits of it. Don't know much. I do apologize that I had to leave the concert at that time.
You had many of us on the force worried. It was as if you were there one moment and then you were gone in the next without informing anyone. Seemed very unlike you.
It was something that had to be done. Unfortunately, I guess.
Well, next time you get a lead, I expect you to inform at least one of us. Me specifically, if possible, just so that I know that we have all our ducks in a row.
Very well, sir. From what I can gather, I've basically kind of an idea of who it could be. Though I still need to do a little bit more digging up.
Very well, he says. I will let it slide this time.
Would also like to ask if I could go on some vacation time. Try to do a little bit of digging up on my own. I might be away for a while, but I'll try to keep.
How long of a vacation, Officer Altus?
I'm sure I've got some stored away from working here, but.
Sure, but it's a little bit of a short notice. Normally, if you're going to be leaving for more than 2 days, you would notify us at least a month in advance. You know that that's the procedure.
It's just the lead that I gotta go on, and it's. Imagine it would be. And I don't know how long it'll be, but I do wish I will try to keep you informed on what I find.
Roll a persuasion, please.
Okay.
That should be good for you, I believe.
Blow it out of the park.
No critical fail.
Oh.
No critical.
You still have your Paragon points and your.
Okay.
Yeah, because that can negate
Suspects,
that, right?
go.
That can negate it.
Boss, no go.
4d6, and this is plus persuasion.
Yep.
Stop being distracted by his manly pecs.
Oh!
Oh, damn.
Wow!
There you go.
Lucky.
Very nice.
Good, you stop being distracted.
All right, Officer Altus, I tell you what. Since you did such a fantastic job over at the bank heist, I will honor, not only will I honor your vacation time, but I will not dock your pay.
I'm glad you can see reason, sir. And again, I'll promise whatever I find, if there is any leads that come up of it, I will let you know.
Speaking of which, he says, there is one thing that I think you need to know about concerning the possible suspects for the sniper.
Mm-hmm.
We were looking at surveillance cameras that had captured Timaeus Danamus in the whereabouts of the city, and we spotted him over at the casino the night prior to the bank heist with another individual. I'm not sure if that other individual has anything to do with any of this or is involved, but we thought perhaps you would be interested. He takes
Do we
out
have? Do you have any information on this individual?
Unfortunately, no. We were not able to identify this person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Put it.
Obviously, nothing really to go on of that. I'll try to do some investigating. Maybe I can try to go to the casino, search around the place.
Normally, there's no reason for us to necessarily think that just because he was associating with an individual, that person would have anything to do with the shot that was fired at him. However, the fact that this person has kept her face concealed the entire time makes it very suspicious.
Yeah. Either she has something. Either she has something to do with the killing, or she could easily be the next person if someone was trying to target anyone to associate with him.
That's what I was thinking. Anyway, see what you can find, and keep me posted on how long this vacation is going to last. I won't ask any. I won't ask any questions now, but you can bet that when this is all over, I'll have plenty to ask you, and I will expect you to be completely thorough and truthful.
Sure thing, sir.
You're dismissed, officer.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Well, you're boned.
She'll just camp out in Red Universe or something.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm wondering, I imagine, could I try to see if there's a version of Arkara in this universe?
You can.
Try to do some background information, see if there is a version of her, maybe, because that's who I'm thinking. She's thinking. Obviously, the Arkara here has a perfect alibi, but maybe the Arkara in this universe might have been involved.
Yes, you can do that.
I'll try to do some, I guess, research. Have my character do that.
I think that's a skill check. I think.
Oh, bummer.
Isn't research or
Like investigation is
investigation?
One.
I think
Yay!
that's
There we go. Yes, I'll use investigation instead.
You check the records, and there does not seem to be any listings of an Arkara, a Krogan Arkara, in this universe. Doesn't seem like she ever existed.
Okay, I guess that rules her completely out then.
Well, one of a kind then. Her and Sync.
Back to square one. Really don't want to have to go to my friend for information.
You could.
But hey,
It
she's
could be
using the term
interesting.
friend, so you're getting somewhere.
Progress! Yay!
Do you or do you not, Cicepia?
And
gonna
how
give her
much
a
is it
call.
going to cost you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, yeah, that's true. And I imagine for her, it's not about money; it's about information. If you trade information.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Depending on who's the shadow broker at this point in
I'll let
time,
you-
that could be good or bad.
Yeah. I don't want to go to that. I don't want to go to that just yet. I'll probably have her go to the casino to see what she can find out. Going to her is a last resort option.
I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide what to do with that. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to say that the recovery for Mridi is so fast that she can actually return back to the ship that evening, just to keep things moving,
Okay.
role-playing wise. So we can return unless Eric wants to go meet up with the contact, her contact. We're gonna go and back to the ship again.
Yeah, we can go back to the ship now.
As the four of you are taking Mridi back to the ship, there are going to be some weird glances, mostly coming from other Asari, disapproved glances as you guys are making your way back. Because as you can imagine, this is probably not something that they're used to, and if they do, it might look a little freakish to them.
Well, they can get over it.
I don't know if Sync or anyone else will say something, but Drimi definitely seems to notice it, but he has chosen to ignore it.
I just glare daggers towards whoever seems to be aggressive or disgusted by it.
Yeah.
Was-
I'm sorry.
As soon as the Asari see that a Krogan starts sending them daggers with the eyes, they sort of turn back to what they were doing, turn back to their business. Sync, what were you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he would have noticed that, but like, you know, when they first walk in, he's like, whatever, don't pay attention to those punks. And then after a while, like just seeing every single Asari that comes by, just kind of like stopping and like giving like a disapproved glare, of like, just mind your own damn business. And then,
Yeah. The Asari will not, they're not gonna debate or argue about it, but they will, every time you do that, they will go back to doing whatever it is they're doing. Drimi will just sigh and says, they feel, they just don't understand, he says. A lot of them argue that Asari don't have a gender. I mean, we're monogendered. We have a single gender. I kind of wasn't born thinking that way. I kind of felt like I was trapped in a body that wasn't really my own. and I can't explain that to any of them because they just wouldn't get it.
And I'll look at Drimi and say, yeah, I can relate to that in some ways.
I have to admit, he says, I wasn't really sure how you'd feel about this sync, which is sort of why I've kind of been hiding it from you for a while.
Like I said, there's things I haven't really explained to you either, so maybe we can spend the time to get to know each other a little better for our companionship's sake.
That would be good. That'd be really good. I don't know if Elias says anything or anyone else says anything during this conversation. Have you told Drimi yet about Elias? Have you said anything?
No.
I said he had a surprise.
Okay.
No one's told her. That's one of the reasons I'm not saying anything.
Have you given so you haven't given Drimi your name or given Drimi a fake name? My name is Samuel.
Nope.
Or like...
Nope, I have not given her anything.
Okay.
Him.
Drimi will actually then say, so what is your name again, sir? Drimi asks.
Are we back on the ship yet, or are we not?
No,
on the ship yet?
You're not back in the ship. You're still out and about on the Citadel, making your way to the ship.
Oh, just call me Elias.
Okay, Elias. Drimi hasn't quite put 2 and 2 together yet. Wait. No, never mind. Drimi says no, never mind. And then you make your way back to the ship.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go to the med bay, and if anybody else is doing anything else,
I guess I should meet up with Dree, or because this will be my first time actually meeting with him.
Oh, so this is the evening now? Like it's
Yeah, this is the evening now.
Okay. Okay.
Because you guys
Anar,
traveled here. By the time you guys traveled here, it was already like past noon. It was already past lunch.
Okay, I'm not gonna go in the midday yet. Then sorry. I'll just...
So this is your friend, huh?
Drimi. The
Drimi?
Asari says as he holds out his hand. He looks a little weak right now. Right now, Drimi's on crutches. It's a little bit hard for him to walk, but he's movable.
You've also never seen a male Asari before.
Yeah.
You've also never seen a male Asari. Yeah,
Should I
you've also
roll
never
an
seen a male.
investigation, like kind of like see?
Yeah,
I think you can see surgical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surgical bandages.
Yeah.
I just kind of like
Drimi,
bundle that over. He's like, okay.
Drimi says, "Yeah, I know. It's a little new to me too."
All right. What list of skills do you have?
He says, "I run this ship. I'm the official engineer."
Okay.
She's interrogating your crew member.
I'm just looking
Actually,
at
hang on.
How long have you served under the ship?
He says, I've probably been with Sync for about... Sync, Dylan, how many years would you say?
I think that's like a year or so.
A year. About a year.
Okay. Very well. All right. Then I look forward to working with you on this mission.
I'm actually going to go talk to Drimi because he's just said that he's the engineer.
Yep.
I'm just looking at the reality collider, not just looking at it, not messing with it or anything.
Anar's
There's
getting
the drone in there. There's a drone in there running scans.
Oh, okay.
So, Elias, Drimi says, you said that was your name. I'm
Yes,
assuming you watch. He says, I'm assuming you watch Citadel Idol or Citadel's Got Talent.
You shouldn't say anything. You should just change outfits right now.
I was going to say, well, in my universe, I did sort of see the show.
Says, oh, so in your universe, do they also have the famous lounge singer Elias there too?
Yes, they did.
That's pretty wild, he says, sharing the same name as the guy that sort of won the whole thing.
Yes.
So, he says, I take it you probably picked out your room?
Yes, I went for the one with the most power ports, but it looks like they're all standard. I did want to speak to you though. You said that you're the engineer on the ship?
That I am.
Well, we're probably going to be going back to, I guess, my universe, and I've been trying to talk to people about getting us some upgrades, and I wanted to get your thoughts on these. I'm thinking Radar to start with, and possibly some Guardian anti-ship batteries. And, Hark, do I actually have the specs for Thanos cannons?
Drimi sort of raises an eyebrow as he's looking through all this and says, "These are very expensive parts. Where are we getting the funding for all of these?"
Contacts.
Wow. He says, "You must have some pretty good contacts to be able to get access to these types of things. I've been wanting to retrofit this ship with this kind of firepower for a while, but, you know, Sync and we don't really have the finances for that kind of stuff."
Well,
what are you and Sync doing?
I may have just sold the idea of turning this mission into a reality vid serial. You know, saving the universe.
"You've got some pretty interesting connections," he says. "Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, by the goddess. No way. No effing way." All of a sudden, you hear screaming coming from the center of the ship. You
Drop us a drink.
You can't wait. Are you
Different, but analog.
Sync, he says. "Do you know who this guy is?
Do
you know who he is?"
Yeah, he's a Quarian Elias. Yeah.
No, not just any Quarian Elias. The Quarian Elias.
The synthesized version, apparently.
Yeah, different universe version, but yeah.
At this point, Anar's gonna stick his head through the door with a drink in his hand, saying, "Whoop-de-doo! Who cared?" He'll fall backwards.
Even so, he says, sorry, he says, Gosh, I would not have said half the things that I have said if I'm just glad that I ended up voting for you and not for the other one. Okay.
Oh, that's sweet.
He needs to come back down to Earth, so I think it's fine.
It's an honor to have you on our ship. Are you sure that your quarters are big enough? We can probably,
no,
bust down a wall or something.
Size is fine. Size is fine. Remember, I've spent time on the migrant fleet. Believe me, the size is perfect.
Okay. Right. So, sorry. Just need to. It's the surgery. It's the drugs. It's the drugs. I'm just hyperventilating because of the drugs. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Yeah. We'll. Let me go into my room and just.
While he's walking in,
deep breath.
while Drimi's walking out, just remember, there's no going back. I'm just talking about his surgery, basically.
Yeah, you never know it.
Oh, that's true. That is. Oh, wait, I didn't even think about that.
Wait. Is there going to be a rivalry now?
Perhaps.
So what is it? Is this the third ship with Elias in it now?
Pretty much.
Okay.
What else is happening on the ship this evening?
I walk into the med bay. Elias, is there anything else in particular you need to do?
Are you talking to me as a character or as a player?
Or both, I guess.
I probably want to. I'll probably pass you a copy of the planned upgrades to see what your thoughts are on them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Also, I need to check with Hark as to whether or not I actually have the Thanix cannon specs that I want to stick on the ship.
I got you.
I want to give us a big-ass gun.
Sink would probably look at it and be like, yeah, sure, I mean, Mridi's the expert in this stuff anyway, so if she's cool with it, I'm cool with it. And
Cool. Hark, do I actually have Thanix weapon specs? Did I manage to grab those while I was on the ship, on the migrant fleet? Did I even think to do that, I guess is the question.
Roll me a check for that. I would say...
It's not a matter of can he, it's a matter of did he remember to.
Or did I think to, yeah. What would I be rolling?
I would roll a
I'm just
knowledge...
Streetwise?
Streetwise? Wait, what's streetwise? Knowledge streetwise.
I don't have that, so that's just straight 4D.
migrant fleet wise, I guess.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm eyeing down that locked door.
Mm.
Oh, no!
Mm.
You know, I feel your pain, bro. I do.
I was gonna give that a higher difficulty, so no.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I can probably get access to it some other way. It's just whether or not I have it now.
Yeah.
Is the question.
Yeah. Yeah. So currently, no.
Yeah. Currently, that's cool. In that case, that's
However,
about it.
you're aware of its. You're obviously aware of its existence. Yes. So yes.
So I'm probably going to try to get schematics once we're back in green.
Probably.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Well, Elias, whenever you're finished doing whatever it is, I'll turn on the PA in the med bay, and I'll say, Elias, can you report to the med bay, please, when you get a chance?
Elias, can you report to the med bay where you can get naked?
Oh wait, no.
Please, Elias, could you please report to the med bay? Drimi would be so mad at you. Drimi would be so mad at you, Sink.
Does anyone else find it strange that the universes themselves recognize their own universes as color-coded? I mean, when they were making the Crucible, maybe some scientists were like, hey, Bill, what should we do about these 3 control symbols over there? Well, we got those fancy LED lights, we can just pop them in. It's like, okay. What about this one over here? I was thinking about having a disco ball. No, just use the blue one. Okay, fine. Looks boring, though, and the universe was like, I do like that idea.
So does Elias report to the med bay?
I'm gonna, Pi, would you come along for this, please? Well, with the drone.
Oh, as the drone? Sure.
I'm recalling the drone.
Elias, I need to drain you of your fluids.
Yeah, you can move the drone. I'll let you move the drone.
Oh, it's already started.
Yep.
Everyone who's watching, it's not me, it's them. It's not me.
Yeah, but have you seen the number of comments we're getting on that already?
Yeah, I've been reading about it.
People are shipping everyone in this
I
Let's
know,
Play. Everybody's
I know.
shipping everybody. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. I don't even know who's going to end up with who, if at all. Anyway.
Alrighty, when he walks in, I'll turn on my Omni tool, and I don't have my jacket on it. I have my doppelganger on. You can see my mechanic parts. Sync is just going to be honest with everybody, just so it's not as awkward and nothing like no surprises or anything. And he'll turn on the Omni tool, and he's like, "Have you ever seen an Omni tool of this caliber?" And then I'll I guess pull out the hook. I guess pull it out a little bit so you can kind of see the chain or whatever.
Custom job. What sort of? Sorry, out of character. What sort of model of Omni tool do you actually have?
I have the LCOS Combine. It was the cheapest one that had Omnigel and Manigel.
So you've got a similar one to the one that I've got at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've gone. Yeah, I'm quite familiar with that model. Yes.
I was wondering if you can do a custom job for me. I'm trying to get this to where I can actually use it more as a whip, and go back and forth between hook and whip. I was wondering if you had any skills in that.
You see the equivalent of a Quarian eyebrow raise. I suppose, are we talking about a perfectly functional weaponized whip, or something more personal?
Something more. Definitely. Definitely weaponized.
Whips and handcuffs.
with Cicepia's handcuffs. Cicepia Altus, could you please?
And we do have a cargo room for it as well.
You're not coming into my cargo room.
Points in the roof.
There's gonna be, oh my gosh, the entire party.
In the cargo room.
The entire party is gonna have one big orgy. The
No,
entire party.
He's blocking out all noise.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But,
This is gonna be interesting.
Definitely
Mine's are
weaponized.
gutters.
Okay, I think I could probably work that. Have you done any modifications to the actual hardware of your hardware and software, or is it just standard rig?
It's pretty standard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty standard.
I might need some neural readings just so I can tune it to your nervous system, but aside from that, it should be fine.
All right. Are you a doctor?
No, but I know a thing or two about calibrating Omni tools.
Alrighty, well, I guess we'll see if you're more than a singer.
Well, it's been a while, but I'll give it a shot.
Okay, I'll I guess hold my arm out. It's attached to my arm. I can't really take it off.
Oh, I don't need the arm. I'm just gonna write a mod.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm basically going to do a scan of sync, just so I've got some readings as to how because I think that might help me actually program things to his brain, as it were, and then I'll see if I can actually start coding it out, or possibly, yeah.
While you're doing your scan on Sync, Dylan, percentage-wise, how much of Sync is cybernetic?
Okay, everything except for his torso. His brain, he has more of like not really like. I guess like whatever cybernetic implants he would need in his brain to be able to control his body parts. Does that make sense?
Okay, so would you say more or less than 50% of his body is cybernetic?
I would probably say, probably about 75 because
75. Wow.
On his
crap, dude.
On his so he has his his shoulders all the way down to his fingers, his hip all the way down to his feet, and then on his heart he has like this thing on his chest, and he basically has two hearts. He has his normal one, but whenever he gets too like angry or his systems get too hot, his organs fail, and so the mechanical heart kicks in and starts to like pump his blood for him to keep him alive.
Gotcha.
So effectively, you're a central nervous system with a cyborg shell.
Basically,
almost.
yeah. But like he still has skin on his chest and stuff, other than just like kind of like Iron Man, but like a little bigger.
Okay.
Okay, note to self: Sync is weak against magnet poetry.
Okay.
And he only has one eye, is right or
yeah.
I think. Just one.
His right
Are
eye.
you still wearing an eye patch?
I think I noticed the eye already from last game.
Okay.
Is his one eye is the cybernetic eye?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Right.
One is cybernetic and the other flesh eye is missing.
It's real. It's real.
Oh, it's real, but he covers which one with the eye patch?
He covers the mechanical one to hide it.
The cybernetic one is under the eye patch. Okay.
Yes. And like what he does is he'll use like his human eye to kind of help target his reticle. Like I mean he doesn't use it in combat, but like if he wants to like scan something, he uses his good eye for like the field, and he kind of like matches the reticle whatever he's looking at. If that makes sense, to try to like
Is there any particular reason why is his I'm just a slightly out of character question, but is your eye patch like can you actually see through it, and is it just cosmetic? I'm thinking really dark sunglasses or something.
Right.
It's just like cosmetic. Yeah, he doesn't see
cosmetic.
through it. Yeah.
Okay. You know, you could probably do something with that eye patch so that
Probably, yeah.
possibly the implant, so that you don't have to cover it, you know.
I never gave it any thought. I'll have to look into that. So, are you able to get this calibrated?
Let me see.
I think we talked about the eye patch enough. Unless we want to go into color details.
It's black.
It's got a Hello Kitty on
it. Let me see what I can do. Is that just a straight up electronic devices roll then, Hark? Because
yes.
I'm assuming that's what he's programming as far as I'm aware.
Yes.
Okay.
Rem- $28.
Oh!
And you can roll another 6. Wild die. 31.
31.
What are you trying to do again?
I'm trying to get. I think it's trying to get Dylan's grappling hook to also function as a whip.
Yeah,
So
like
it becomes a lash.
With a 31, you believe that there is a way that you can do that fairly easily in like 15 minutes. Oof. With 31.
Yeah. Give me a moment. I'll be right back.
I'll be waiting. Sure thing.
Okay, I'm just gonna go find. I'm actually just gonna walk into the conference room so I can work.
Okay.
And I'm gonna give it a shot. And I'm gonna. Then I've got 15 minutes of downtime. So if anything else is happening on the ship, go for it now.
Yeah. So
By the
let's
way,
go.
if it costs me Omni Jail, I'll pay for it. Elias, you don't have to pay. Or Hark, whoever.
Okay.
Just,
if you've got crates of Junkin or Omnigel, I'm sure I'll just make use of it. But I've got a stash I'm using at the moment.
okay.
I have a very important thing that I forgot to mention about Anar.
Okay.
Very, very important.
Go ahead.
Before he came on the ship, he went shopping for a crap ton of snacks.
Okay.
He came on board holding a couple of bags with cheesy poofs,
Nice.
pretzels,
Love the cheesy
chips,
poofs.
whatever it is.
Nice.
He wanted his snacks.
Okay.
Very important. And he's going to ask Sting, where can he stash it? And then without even waiting for the answer, he goes straight for the cargo hold, and then he goes to the mess hall. Very important.
Okay.
Anar, take 30 credits off of your. Take 30 credits off for the snacks.
Best money spent.
So Anar and Arkara, I believe they're in the mess area. There's still that burnt cake on the table that hasn't been touched yet. Has not been touched.
Anar will look at Arkara and says, "This one's not eating it."
I think I'll refrain from eating it as well. I don't think it would do much, but it doesn't look very appetizing either.
You do notice that on the cake, there are candles on it, and it actually does say "Happy Birthday, Sync."
Anar might be a little too tipsy to read it.
Okay.
But he is effectively trying to open a bag, and he's having a hard time doing it. He'll actually look at Arkara. Yes, he's going to hold out the bag and wiggle it for you.
Right. Only if I get a taste as well. She opens it.
He'll shrug. Sure.
Awesome. I appreciate.
Right, if you hand back the bag, he'll take it. If you don't, he'll get sad. But anyways, he'll probably say, by the way, this one's name is... He thinks for a second. Anar. Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. My name's Arkara, if you didn't pick that up already. Nice to meet you, too.
This one did pick it up when it saw you getting arrested. By the way, you have really good sniper skills. This one approves. He'll dip into the bag and shove a couple of the cheese boofs in his body. You don't know where it's going, but it disappears.
Somehow it's absorbing.
There's like a giant
his body's
opening
wiggling around as if trying to
at the bottom, underneath, in between all the tentacles. It just gets shoved in.
He wanders like to the table, and while he's eating, he'll be like, "So, what brought you here?"
Actually,
Well,
wouldn't you even have chewing noises because it's bioluminescence through.
Yeah, I don't know
so
if
the
it would be
voice and the
chewing.
would be
You're
completely
killing me,
separate.
man. Fine, I'll make it squishy noises.
Squish.
No, my point is that
Squish
it
is a little
chewing
loud.
noises. It's amazing.
Yeah, the point is it's not very. Yes, the point is it's not very polite. Yes, manners.
Yeah.
Not polite manners.
But he can speak perfectly well even while eating.
with the squish. Yeah, with the squish.
Yeah, it's brilliant. There's squishy
Alright.
noises, but it's perfectly fine speaking. It's brilliant. I love it.
Go ahead.
Alright, fine. Question still stands, because I realize that Anar and Arkara have yet to really talk.
Right. Go ahead.
Do I need to
Well,
repeat the question? No. I'm sorry.
no. Well, this and that, you know how it goes. You get a mission and you set out to do it, and then things get in the way.
This one understands. It was actually on a date with its girlfriend during the incident. We were watching that lounge singer in this one's universe, which you're from our universe too, right?
Yeah, I've seen you around, I think.
You have?
I believe so. I seem to recall you sitting at a sushi place, interacting with a nice little Krogan of some description.
You must mean Otto. Yeah, he's a buddy of this one's. Sorry, this one is really hungry.
Don't mention it. I come from Tuchanka. This is polite. Believe me.
Oh, Tuchanka, this one wishes it can go there and learn from some of the masters.
There's nothing to learn there. You're better off elsewhere.
Okay.
Anar may or may not, it's up to you to decide. Anar may or may not just remember that one of the places that Pi said that a gate is in Tuchanka.
And Elias would have mentioned that.
Elias would have mentioned it. I don't know if Anar remembers that, but I'll let
That's a
you
good
decide.
point. Does he remember? I mean, he's kind of tipsy right
You
now.
can, if you want to.
Maybe not right now, but later on, perhaps.
If you don't want to
Might remember
decide,
later.
if you don't want to decide now, you are free to roll to check, or you can just decide that you don't think about it now.
He's not going to think about it right
Okay.
now. I think it's better to keep it simple.
Okay.
Believe it or not, this one actually excels at warfare.
Yes.
This one understands that Hanar are normally known for this. You look like you can handle yourself.
Well, from what I've seen of you, it looks like you can handle yourself as well.
Believe
You
it or
did
not,
seem to have a handy little mech to roll around in.
that's only because this one can't wear armor. And he'll shove another piece of food in his mouth.
Well, it's a nice workaround for that, I suppose.
Arkara, once again, his mech suit does look like a Krogan in armor. I don't know if that matters to you at this conversation, but just thought I'd point that out.
Yeah.
It's got a nice paint job.
Did it this one self.
Oh, I guess you chose the all the visuals for it yourself.
No, this one takes on odd jobs. Honestly, it was actually built by this one's best friend before he finishes. He actually looks down a little bit and just gulps whatever he had in his mouth. He then starts to look like he's staring off into space.
Arkara just nods a little bit and it's fine. Don't worry about it. I know
He
that
doesn't
feeling.
respond.
She goes back to her own bottle, as it were.
After a few moments, he shakes it off, and then he'll look back and realizes that you're back to drinking. He'll then, think for a second, and be like, we're returning to our universe soon, aren't we?
I suppose so. I guess it depends on what the others decide is the next step. I feel like I'm just along for the ride here because apparently we need us. All of us.
Yes, this one does realize that our teammates are a little bit on the squishy side. No pun intended.
Well, I guess I consider most people squishy, but nah, it's nice to have someone to stand in front of, I guess.
This one tends to make sure that no one else is standing that could cause the others to not stand anymore.
That's a good philosophy.
Yes. But the funny thing is that as much time this one has spent cracking heads, it yet is more than incapable of facing the wrath it will be no doubt facing when it gets home.
Well, I suppose we've been gone for quite a while, haven't we? By now.
I think it was a day, and you'll shove another piece of food in
Yeah,
his
it'll
mouth.
be a couple days when you
It'll be
return,
2 days.
Oh, a couple of
depending
days.
on whether you go, depending on where you go next.
Well, we've spent a day in synthesized universe and a day in control universe so far.
Right.
Yeah.
So it depends on where you go next.
Well, this one knows it has some unfinished business to take care of. Not to mention, we need weaponry. You know this.
Yeah, this is true. I think we'll be able to pick something up. It seems like Elias have that bit covered.
Anar chuckles a little bit before taking a sip of his drink. This one does too. Takes a sip.
Meanwhile, unless you still had something else.
No, I think he's going to remain vague for now.
Okay. Cicepia, what are you doing at this moment?
I'm eyeing that locked door.
Okay.
I've like explored.
That's my key to sex dungeon. I mean,
I've been exploring the whole process ship, and all that's left is the locked room, and
Yep.
I've just been kind of contemplating,
Okay.
the kind of wonder if I should give into the it's the mysterious locked box.
So the cop is
Yeah.
thinking about breaking into somebody's quarters.
Breaking and entering.
Breaking and entering. Interesting.
Mm.
Hmm.
Can't you just hack the security feeds like everyone else?
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm not very tech savvy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is Cicepia doing? Are you still deciding?
Unfortunately, I don't think I would have the skills to get in there.
Okay. Okay.
Still gonna be eyeing that, and just gonna shake my head and just kind of walk in the opposite direction.
Actually, question: would you need the hacking talent to get into a locked door to actually get through it?
I would say yes.
Oh, then I don't
Okay.
even have that anyways, too.
I would
so.
say yes. Hmm.
my unlocking tool is a gun.
Are you going to anywhere specifically, Cicepia?
Nowhere really.
Okay.
Probably just gonna spend some time in my quarters.
Okay.
So does that mean the only thing left is for me to give the mod back to Dylan to sync? Because I can just go do that.
Yeah, go ahead, do that. So
That'll be interesting.
So
Is Sync still in the med bay?
Yeah, he's just waiting. He's just sitting there waiting.
Okay.
so you can go ahead and wrap that up.
Yep. So about 15 minutes later, Elias comes back in, and he goes, okay, I think I've got a mod for you. Let me just transfer it across to your Omni tool. So you get a little data transfer thing happening through Wi-Fi. That should give you electronic lash up to. Sorry, what would be the range of that grappling hook or the whip? Because how far would I be able to program it for? Like
Honestly,
2
I
meters?
don't even know how far can it go on its own, the regular.
Are you trying to
I would say-
mimic those biotic attackers from ME3 on multiplayer?
I would be. I'd have to know it existed. I don't think I would. I'd probably have been basing it off a bullwhip.
I'd say that the grappling hook is about 10 meters.
Okay,
I'll say 10 meters in length. If you want it longer, then you'd have to upgrade it.
Okay.
But to get a controllable whip of 10 meters is probably not very
Yeah.
doable.
Yeah, I would say that as far as for the I would say
I think
that
I can get about 3.5 meters tops for your
Yeah.
average whip.
I would say that it can extend 2 meters past.
Per skill point, or
No. Just I would say that
In total.
it basically you would have a 2 square reach. You'd have a 2 square
Yeah.
reach.
okay, 2 square. Okay, all right, let me write that.
Yep.
down.
So it's got a length of about 2 meters, and you can modify color. I put in about 20 different color options, including rainbow. And it also comes with stick sound effects, just because.
Awesome.
It's a lot
Wow.
more. So I think the way whips work is they are a lot. They hurt more at the tip when you lash it out. So you will do way more damage 2 squares away than you will right next to you.
Okay.
Okay.
And then out of character too, I was wondering if if he could use I was thinking of it as like a manual mode where I know the Omni hook is like a hook shot. Well, if he wanted to use the hook shot but like in a, I guess, old time way where like you swing the thing around and like latch onto something, like to make it wrap around rather than like, I don't know, sticking
Yeah.
to something.
Right. You can do
More
that.
like a
That'll take a
grappling
good.
hook?
That'll take some rolls. A really nice
Okay.
roll.
I think it's the same
Okay.
roll. I think it's a very similar roll, but
Right.
you could do it. You'd
Okay.
still be using. I'm guessing you'd still be using the Omni Hook roll because it's the same sort of skill. Almost.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe. Hawk, what do you think? Or
I would
that's
think it
just
would be the
Dex?
same. It would be the same roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So is that all good and done?
Yeah, and then I guess I'll just kind of just test it out or whatever, and I'll look at Elias and I'll say, there's one more thing I need. So I need a sample of your blood, or at least a synthesized blood sample.
The fluids.
That's a
Persuasion?
bit of a tall order. You're not going to get persuasion very far on me on that one.
All right. Well, all I really need is just DNA. I can get it from any cell, but I think what about a cell from your cheek? You just have to get out a swab. It would take me longer, but
I'd probably have to say no on that one. But why do you need it? What are you trying to do?
well, I've been very busy in my universe. As you can see, I've tested things on myself, and I've been trying to achieve what your universe has achieved. I just want to figure out how you achieved it so that I can finish my work.
Well, I don't think any of us achieved anything. It was just something that happened to everyone in my universe. Let's put it this way. You could go back to, when we get back, just pick a leaf off a tree. You'll have your DNA sample right there. Every living creature, organic or inorganic, is now both.
Interesting.
You could get a pet fish in my universe, and it would have the same DNA structure.
Well, I guess I'll have to keep that in mind when we go back to your universe.
Speaking of, that reality collider, we can only use it. We can use it at most once every 24 hours. It needs recharge time.
What? Really?
Yeah. So we should probably decide where we're going first.
Am I the only one else who knows about this?
Well, I haven't told the others yet. There hasn't really been time.
True. Well, I guess we should let everybody know.
Probably.
All right. Well, Hawk, I don't know if you were trying to say something that was going on.
Well, I was going to ask if there's anything else that you guys are doing tonight before I continue. So it sounds like you're about to tell people something before people turn in, I'm assuming. You can tell them in the morning. Or you can tell them in the morning. What do you want to do?
Yeah, that works.
So you guys are about to turn in for the night. Anar, I have a question for you. Are you like getting into your suit down in the
Yes, he sleeps in the suit.
cargo? So you bring out you open up your, I guess you open it up, your suit with the suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
Drimi is actually there looking through the boxes, probably going through some of his things, and he says, "Who in the world moved? Where is my?" And that is when Anar like comes in through the from the elevators. You see Drimi looking very puzzled as he's rummaging through the boxes. I don't know if Anar says anything.
Anar will look over right before he's about to open the suitcase and say, "Hi."
Hi, he says.
Sink says it was cool that this one stays in here.
In the hangar? Are you going to be comfortable? We don't have a bed down here.
At this point, he throws out the suitcase and it transforms. Yes, this one thinks it will be comfortable.
That's very impressive. Why does it look like a Krogan?
It was modeled from one of the Battlemaster armors that we salvaged. And he'll say this while he's climbing in, but then he climbs right back out, grabs a snack he actually dropped on the ground, and climbs right back in.
one of
He's
when
still-
the go ahead.
I'm just saying that he hasn't closed the shutter. He's still talking.
When the suit opens up, one of the things that accidentally pops out as the suit is transforming is the photograph of you and Trissy. The photograph's fine. It just pops out. And Mridi looks down at the photograph. He carefully picks it up, looks at it, and he asks curiously, "Who's this?"
That is someone very important to this one. Um,
I'm assuming
In fact-
she's not your sister, he says.
Anar stands there and cocks a head tilt, or his equivalent of one. No, we're actually dating.
Oh. At
Yes.
that point, Drimi's staring at the photo and looks very silent.
It's okay. This one knows what you're thinking. He'll
Drim-
gingerly beckon for the photo back.
Drimi says, "Just a second. Do you mind if I show this to somebody real quick? It's really important.
Oh no.
It's very important."
I know where this is going.
What does Anar says? "I'll give it to you right back. I swear."
He actually thinks for a moment and then, sure, just please make sure you return it.
I will. You have my word. At this point, Drimi goes up. Drimi knocks on Sync's door.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell Jimmy to come in.
"Sir," Drimi says, he sighs and then he shows you the photograph. "Sync, this is a photograph of Anar and your wife."
Dun, dun.
Not the same person.